The honorees at Historic Westside Legacy Park have held far too many titles to list in this story, and the same goes for their number of accomplishments. Brenda Williams, for example, author of Westside School, Our Community, Our Time, was the first African American to work at the Department of Motor Vehicles in Nevada and the first to work in banking in the state.
Somebody had to break the ice. It just happened to be me, and it just happened to be somebody who wanted the best possible for the community.
Williams, whose late husband Monroe Williams was one of the first black firefighters in Las Vegas, went on to work for Richard Bryant during his time as Nevada governor and U.S. senator.
I found out what it was to be able to use somebody else's power to help us get where we needed to go as a community.
Similarly, Ida Gaines, a civil rights activist, worked for a U.S. senator from Nevada, the late, longtime Senate Democratic leader, Harry Reid.
I helped people who've been denied employment in places where I interceded for them. People to get into schools for higher education.
Ruby Duncan fought for welfare reform, finding herself in need of government assistance after falling while working in a kitchen at the Sahara. Duncan is pictured on a display leading to Legacy Park. In this photo from 1971, she and dozens of welfare activists, including actress Jane Fonda, marched down Las Vegas Boulevard and into Caesar's Palace to protest welfare cuts. The soon-to-be 90-year-old even helped bring food stamps to Nevada.
We didn't know it was lobbying. We just thought we would tell the politician this story that we needed help. We had to feed our children.
Roosevelt Tostin reported on Ruby Duncan, appearing nightly on local television as Las Vegas's first black news anchor, and later took a job with the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Charged with attracting African American tourists to Las Vegas, he helped make changes to LVCVA advertisements.
It was always the same, it was African Americans loading luggage into, cars and greeting people at the airport, sky caps and all of that, and waiting on some of the tourists in the hotel. So it was never us sitting around the pool enjoying the things that Las Vegas has to offer, us playing the slots. And so I would always point out to my boss that we need to change this video.
Tostin and fellow 2022 honorees will eventually have their own plaques at Legacy Park. The $3.2 million park is a joint project between the City of Las Vegas and the Clark County Commission. Commissioner William McCurdy's father, William McCurdy Sr., is a 2022 honoree.
Oftentimes, progress is made in the political arena. My father was and is someone who has consistently been on the front lines of serving the people.
I have been doing campaigns for over 30 years and represented Congressman Horsford and Governor Sisolak, and I just thank God that I get an opportunity to see something that have my name.
I know that young people will walk through this park and they will see these people and learn about the contributions that they have made, and many will be inspired.
While several honorees appreciate the park and recognize its importance, some believe local leaders should prioritize improving the West Side's economy. City Councilman Cedric Creer represents Ward 5 in Las Vegas, which includes the Historic West Side. What is the state of the Historic West Side?
I think we're in growth mode. I think we're in revitalization mode. I think we are into maintaining the heritage of the Historic West Side, moving the community forward. We have something called the 100 Plan in Action. It's a strategic initiative that went out to the community over the course of a couple of years, and it's addressing many of the challenges that this community is faced with. Unemployment's high in our ward, so we got to get people ready, trained, prepared to go to work. Revitalization of the Historic West Side, bringing in businesses, bringing in industry, revitalization of people's homes.
Of immediate concern to some park honorees?
We still need a grocery store. Okay, and we need a grocery store that has the same amenities and that other areas have.
Still a lot of economic development needs to be done, but things are happening that gives you hope.
It was hope for better jobs that compelled thousands of African Americans to move to Las Vegas in the 1950s and 60s. Segregation forced them to live on the West Side, but they made the small area their own. Jackson Street, in its heyday, was the West Side's version of the Las Vegas Strip, and while there are many aspects of that time period West Siders would like to forget, there is hope that a vibrant West Side won't be just a memory.
Once upon a time, Jackson Street was workable, and it was what we used to call the Black people avenue, Jackson Street.
When I close my eyes, I want to see another Jackson Street. I want to see another, D Street with the amenities, quality housing, everything that will benefit the quality of life of Afro-Americans in historic West Las Vegas.